Well, this seemed to be a devastating criticism of Admiral Kimmel. If he had such a clear warning in front of him that any attack would come from a specific sector, he should have done everything he could to guard that sector. But two things must be said about that. First, Admiral Kimmel believed, and Admiral Chester W. Nimitz, his replacement afterwards, similarly agreed with this, that any search worth its name must be 360 degrees in breadth. And as for the Martin Bellinger report, that was a report that was compiled and given to Admiral Kimmel on March 31, 1941 by Major General Frederick Martin and Rear Admiral Patrick Bellinger. Martin commanded the U.S. Army Air Corps on the island, and Patrick Bellinger was commander of all of the patrol aircraft. After I read that damning statement in the book by Gordon W. Prang and Donald M. Goldstein, I went to the library of the University of Florida and looked through the massive collection of documents that recount the Pearl Harbor hearings conducted from 1941 to 1945 in one form or another. And all of the collected documents that were used by the various hearing bodies are in that collection. And I found the Martin Bellinger report in 4 different places in that collection. And I read the first account I discovered avidly to find where this warning was given, and it was not there. There was nothing in the Martin Bellinger report about the northern sector being the most dangerous sector. There was nothing about any sector being more dangerous than any other. The word north does not even appear in the document, nor does any numerical or nautical equivalent. These people, Prang and Goldstein, had lied, and so baldly that I wondered why it hadn't been picked up in the years intervening between 1986 and the year 1999 when I discovered this. It was quite an extraordinary bit of misinformation that has, of course, led many people astray in understanding the whole Pearl Harbor story. In 2001, which was the 60th anniversary of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, I attended a conference in Honolulu put on by the National Park Service, to which many historians of the Pearl Harbor attack had been invited, one of them, Donald Goldstein. And when it came my time to speak, I confronted him with the document. I went through all 4 of the documents as they were collected in the hearings volumes, and they were all identical. So I held up a copy of the Martin Bellinger report, and I said, Dr. Goldstein, there is nothing in this report that states that the northern sector or any other sector was more dangerous than any others. Why did you make the statement that you did in your book, Pearl Harbor, The Verdict of History? And he made no reply. He chuckled and laughed it off. And I said, it's only 7 pages long. It wouldn't take you long to read it at all. I have it here for you to read. And he chuckled it off, and the audience, I must say, chuckled with him. And so I tried to make the point then, and I'm trying to make the point here once more, that Admiral Kimmel was never given such a warning, and he is not guilty as charged.